Okay, what we're going to take a look at now is policy-based authorization, and what we'll create, let's just clean things up at the top. And inside our controllers, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new controller, and we're going to call this one admin controller. And inside here, we're just going to derive from our base API controller as per normal. And inside here, we're going to have two methods. And we're just going to keep things nice and simple for now. And in the first method, we're going to give it a root of users with roles. And we're going to say public action results. And we're going to say get users with roles. And what we're going to do from here is say return OK and say only admins can see this. And we're just obviously testing our authorization here. So I'm just going to bring in what we need to get rid of the errors. And then what we're going to give this is an authorize attribute. And we'll bring in ASPNET Core authorization. And what we'll give this is a policy. And we're going to set our policy to say require admin role. And we don't have this policy yet, of course. And then I'm just going to copy this particular method and paste it below. And the root for this one is going to be photos-to-moderate. And the policy for this one we're going to call moderate photo role. And we're going to call the method get photos for moderation. And we're going to say that in the message we return that admins or moderators can see this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and set up these policies. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create these policies. And what we need to do, we need to head over to our identity service extensions. And below the authentication, what we're going to do is add authorization. So we'll say services and add authorization. And we're going to provide this with some options. And we're going to say opt.addPolicy. And then we give our policy a name. And obviously this is going to match what we used in our authorize attribute. So we're going to say require admin role. And then what we can specify is the policy that we want to use. So we'll say policy goes to policy. And if we take a look at the different options inside here, we've got various things that we can do with our policies. And the one that we're going to use is the require role. And we're going to say for the admin role is required to be in the admin role. And then we'll add another policy. And we'll say opt and add policy. And we're going to say moderate photo role. And this policy we're going to say is policy.require role, and we're going to pass in admin, and then comma, and then let's move this up, and then moderator, and finish this with a semicolon. And we also need a semicolon after this as well. So with these new policies in place, let's head back to Postman and see if these actually work. Let's just clean up these tabs. And I don't need to save that. And let's take a look. So what we've got is the get roles as admin. And this goes to users with roles. And what we did with this one is that we said that this needs the admin role to access this method. So if I try and access this and click send, then I see that only admins can see this. But I've logged in as the admin, or I've used the admin token. If I try and get the roles as Lisa, and we've got the same request, and this time I'm sending up the token as just Lisa's token and click send, then of course we get the 403 forbidden. And if we take a look at our two other requests here, we've got the get photos to moderate as admin, and if we take a look at the headers, this is sending up the admin token. This should be okay, and we can see the text that we're sending back. And if we try the same thing as Lisa, and we're just sending up the normal token, then we should see a 403 forbidden in this case. So our policies are working. And what we'll take a look at next is we want to do something with this method. And what we want to return from here is a list of users with their roles. And we'll take a look at how we can do that next.